Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Wasn't creating simple. My name is Yasmin, aka Sudden Fire. How you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. Those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. If you don't mind, hit that like button. If you like to subscribe to the channel and join the family, hit that subscribe button. But please note to go back and check your subscription and make sure you're still locked in, because sometimes they tend to fall off. So I don't know why that's happening, but just check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. All right. The energy is heavy, y'all. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. We're entering the age of Aquarius, and it's like the energies are. I don't know if we're in some Mercury grade. What is a Mercury grade? Okay, Mercury grade, retrograde, something. Let me see. Are we in Mercury retrograde? We get ready to go into Mercury retrograde. February 26th. How are the planets affecting us right now?
Planets influence us physically.
Okay, yeah. So right now, one way the planets are affecting us is with this weather, okay? So some areas may be facing blackout power grids, outings. Um, Also something about the aurora, or I can't say that right. Aurora lights, maybe even more present this time. Peace and blessings. How you doing, Edwin? I remember when the Most High took me to the beach, and he was telling me about the planetary alignment, about how the planets are aligning, and then that during that time is going to be a great merge. How you doing, Jurassic? I'm good. Just battling these energies. That's what I'm looking into now, to see why the energy's been so erratic. Let's see. So Mercury's getting ready to go into retrograde in a few more weeks, and we could be feeling that impact too. You know what I'm saying? They say normally 3 weeks. You gotta feel it 3 weeks before and 3 weeks behind. So we getting ready. We're coming on that precipice of the 3 week mark. So it might be what's doing it. Okay. I'm hearing some shit getting shook up though. Okay. On purpose, and it's for a good reason. Okay. The Most High is doing some things when it comes to these connections. Okay. Right now we got a lot of karmic interference. I feel like these energies are affecting them more than anything. They could be becoming more aggressive, more really like nonchalant, not giving no fucks, doing the most. You hear? So be cautious if you know you're dealing with karmic energies. Okay? They're still plotting. But the reason why they plotting is because their systems are crumbling. Okay? Whatever they had in place, It's starting to crumble. Their masks are falling off. Um, they done took more than they can carry. You know what I'm saying? Um, damn. Now that's a lot to say right there. They done took more than they can carry. Wow. That wasn't even my thought. That's not what I was gonna say. That just blurted out of me. They took more than they can carry. So they scrambling, okay? Damn. What in the hell? I'm trying to figure out where that energy just came out. It just came out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's no size that you speaking through me. Oh, okay. I was wondering, like, what in the heck? No, doggone well, I wasn't finna say that. Okay, that was not my original thought. So yeah, the Most High speaking through me as I speak to y'all. So if y'all hear me blurt shit out and act shocked, that's cause it wasn't me. Okay. Um, let's see. It's a lot of emotional energy. Okay. Also this moon, which I can't see right now because of the cloud cover. Let me see what moon phase we in. This moon could be affecting your emotional body as well. And don't think just because it's affecting you, it ain't affecting these karmics. Trust, they feeling that shit too. They probably feeling it worse, but they got on masks. That's why their mask is falling off. I thought I had the app on this phone. I don't have it on this phone. I sure don't. Dang. I'm about to look it up. What moon phase are we in? We're in a waxing crescent. How is the waxing crescent affecting our emotional body at this time? That's what I thought. Look, it says the waxing crescent moon is astrologically associated with increased energy, motivation, and new beginnings. Although some things have to end in order for you to have the new beginning. So if endings are happening, it's like I said, the Most High shaking some shit up. So just bear with it, okay? Those of you that are the divine, that's what I'm saying. Those that's karmic, yeah, hold on. Door closed. Dang. The Most High is closing doors for the karmics. Oh shit. That's not gonna open. Those of you new to my channel, nothing happens by chance. And my baby slammed it though. She didn't shut it, she slammed it. So the Most High is slamming doors in the karmic's face. Damn. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Doors that should have been closed. Oh. Some of them did magic to keep their manipulation magic, trying to keep people in the fog. Ooh. Took more than they could carry. Okay, got it. It says associated with motivation and new beginnings, fueling a desire to act on intentions set during the new moon. Bringing feelings of hope, enthusiasm, heightened creativity, and readiness for action. Though some empaths might find it overwhelming, which I have been finding it overwhelming. Okay? Shit. So, if you've been finding yourself emotional these last, I'll say 2 days, this is why this moon is affecting your this is a confirmation that you're an empath, if you didn't know, okay? Especially if you've been feeling this heavy emotional energy, which I have been feeling it too, you know. I was watching a reel, and I was talking about old souls. And just as soon as they said you're an old soul who feel like you're who's homesick, feel like you've been gone away from home for a long time. And as soon as they said that, I just burst out in tears, like my soul oh shit. Okay, as I'm going through this could be happening around y'all. People could be having conflicts and shit. I'm hearing shit crashing. I don't know what the hell my children down there doing. I'm trying to find out. But, um, like I say, nothing happens by chance, okay? Um, what was I saying before that happened? I was talking about old souls. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Um, the moment they said that, I burst into tears, and I mean crocodile tears. Said that if you resonate with the old soul energy, you feel lost, not lost, but like you're a long ways from home, like you're not where you belong. And I just cried, out of nowhere. And a friend of mine hit me up like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm crying." And they like, "Why?" I really couldn't tell them why, But I just when I heard that, and when I say I cried baby tears, I sat here and booed because I guess it awakened something that been nagging at me. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like I'm a long ways from home. I do feel like that. I feel homesick. And I've been wondering where in the hell is that home. Where is it at? Because I want to get there. But um, I know where it's at. I'm just saying in reference, but it's that I've been feeling that strongly today. Okay, so if you are empath or not sure that you're an empath, if you've been feeling this emotional overwhelming weight, no matter your circumstances, here's why it's happening. Okay, it's part of the reason why it's happening. Let me say that. Okay, it says some empaths might find it overwhelming or feel more sensitive to other emotions. It's a period of building momentum, taking initiative, the initial steps to on projects and manifesting goals, making emotions more active and focused on growth and progress. So, like I said, if some things are falling apart, if you're going through tower moments like that crash we heard, it's all by divine order. So allow it, move through it, and just keep moving forward. Don't hold back. Don't sit in the past and worry about what could be. And the reason why I say that is because at the bottom of the deck, it says, "What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act." Okay? Damn. Come on, Spirit. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, Most High. I just love this shit, boy, I tell you. um, so, if you are feeling this emotional energy, your body is trying to tell you something. Your inner voice is telling you something. And you need to listen to it, okay? Things have to fall apart that don't serve you. That's just like building foundations on shaky ground. So if things are falling apart in your life right now, that's because your foundation was false. And the Most High is going to remold you, regrow you, and teach you how to rebuild your foundation. But you got to be aware of what's going on around you. You have to take accountability for yourself and your actions and how you're moving. Okay? Also, you got to ask yourself the hard questions. You got to look at self instead of looking outwardly at others. Because people going to be who they going to be, and people going to do what they going to do. What matters is who you choosing to be. How you're going to move and how you're going to powerfully move forward or allow the past to hold you back. I'm not in the energy of letting the past hold me back. I don't know about y'all, but My past was ugly. I look forward to the future. So right now is the moment to focus on how to be better than what you was an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a day ago, 15:15 on the clock. An hour ago. Matter of fact, I'm finna look that up. Angel number 1515, which is also 66, signifies a major life change, personal growth, new opportunities, and aligning your thoughts with positive outcomes. What I just say? Come on, Spirit. Who guide me, Most High? Oh my gosh. Blending the energies of 1, new beginning, leadership, and 5, freedom, hello, change, adventure, urging you to embrace transformation, trust your intuition, and manifest your desires through faith and actions. It's a powerful message to stay optimistic, release old patterns, and welcome growth in love, career, and spirituality. Is a positive shift. What I say, the Most High shaking some shit up. A positive shift are on the horizon. What? Oh my gosh. Hey y'all, I'm over here. I'm spazzing like Most High. I ain't trying to be nasty or nothing, but you keep on shocking me like this. You gonna give me a mental orgasm? Like, bro, chill. Okay. It says acknowledge your thoughts. Be mindful. Be mindful of your of what you're focusing on, and it says embrace change. Don't resist upcoming shifts. See them as growth. Take action. Step out of your comfort zone and seize new chances. Stay positive. Your mindset dictates your reality. All right. And then we got Ocean of Eternal Love. Oh no, I need to put some light on it so I can see it. Healing, creativity, fertility. A lot of y'all pregnant right now in your emotional body, okay? And I'm saying that even for you masculines, that a lot is changing for you right now. You're pregnant, okay? And what are you pregnant with? Healing, emotional growth. You know what I'm saying? Healing your emotional body. Whatever you're going through that's causing you any kind of turmoil or stress. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Somebody blowing me up. 1 second. Okay. Oh, all right. Let me breathe. Okay, I'm ready. Sorry, Mosa. um, some of y'all men are pregnant with emotional growth. Okay, um, your hearts are swelling. They're opening. They are reconnecting to your true self. They are making room for things to come in. But if you're closed off, you're shutting yourself off from those things that the divine has for you, okay? So no matter what you're going through right now, open your hearts. Okay? If you gotta cry it out, cry it out. If you need a shoulder to lean on, find a trusted shoulder that you can lean on. But open your hearts. Do not allow them to close off no matter the situation, okay? You don't want to get in a numb energy, because once you get in that numb energy, it's like, have you ever tried to thaw out a piece of meat? How long it takes for it to get revitalized so that you can even consume it, cook it to consume it, right? We don't want that. We need to keep, who is that? Wendy's always fresh. Don't ask me why I'm using these references. But, okay. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, I don't use it. Maybe you need to just smile. Um, oh my gosh, like I said, it's chaotic. Give me one. Hey, y'all. I don't know what done got in y'all ass, but it's been quiet in here all day. As soon as I go live, here y'all go with all the drama. I am live. Calm down. Y'all two need to be asleep. So when that alarm go off in the morning, you're getting up and getting up out of here. Understand? Yeah, now you can't hear me. But you heard me. Alright, I'm back. That's why I say join the family. Because it's live and 1,000 up in here. Oh gosh. Alright. Let me see what other distractions. Some of y'all could even be finding things to distract yourself with, to not deal with what's going on in the emotional body, because it's painful right now, or it's empty and you need to fill it up. Okay? Yes, somebody's definitely excuse me, confirmation, going through it right now. Hey, close my door, please. So, if we're not distracted again, I need to take a moment. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I got distracted. Let me refocus. That message is throwing me off, to be honest. Some of y'all may be getting messages from folks that may do you like that as well. I mean, it's not that bad, but some of y'all may be getting some news that's not so pleasing. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. It's okay. It's okay, It's how you handle the news. Some of y'all may be being tested right now, Oh shit. The Most High could be. That's why he says shaking some shit up. Y'all might be going through tests, okay? To test you, to see how you handle yourself when the storm is right on you. Oh shit. Because these karmics, he's shaking shit up in their life, because to shake them loose and set y'all free. So they're going to attack. But how you're moving as a divine one is what matters. You see what I'm saying? They're either going to watch you and learn and grow from you, or they're going to watch you and try to destroy you. One of the paths. That's either way they're going to go. But for you, the only way for you to go is up now. Okay? Because some of y'all done hit rock bottom, especially in this emotional energy. The only way to go is up, or through it. But you don't want to lower yourself to counter the enemy. You see what I'm saying? So how can you powerfully push through what you're going through without diminishing all that you've learned, all that you cultivated within yourself thus far? You see what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Because these karmics is greedy. But not today. I mean, never jam today. Why did I turn my light off? It says never jam today. Permission that never comes to be. Empty words, not living in the now. Yeah. Some of y'all are stuck in the past, especially if you're going through upheavals with karmics. Um, you're stuck in the past of this shoulda, coulda, woulda, why, and it's those are the wrong questions. It's what do I need to learn from this? How can I be better? How can I do better than what they showed me? And what were they showing me that I needed to heal in myself? That I need to work on within myself so that I never do that or be that ever again. You see what I'm saying? So these karmics, their hands is full. You know, they want their cake and eat it too. But the Most High is done with that type of energy. No, you're not going to have your cake and eat it too. You know, you can't uh, keep taking from my divine ones and thinking you're going to just keep getting your pockets fat, your belly's fat, your head's fat, your ego's fat, while my divine ones are being depleted and suffering. No, that's not going to happen. So he's shaking up, okay? So it's always dark before the light, y'all. All right? So some of y'all going through some dark times right now. Just know that sun going to shine again, okay? Just like that. Pow. All right? Let me hit it again for that one, the Misty. Okay? So just know the sun going to shine again. So check in with your body and release any tension you're carrying. So right now you're carrying emotional stress. Some of y'all are in distress, especially if you're going through whether it's karmic family, jobs, or friends, or lovers. Whatever upheaval you're going through right now, you will get through it. You have to know that you're stronger than your than damn. You're stronger than what they told you. Okay. How did I know? Take it from a girl who thought she wasn't strong enough, wasn't smart enough, or wise enough to be sitting in this seat right now. Oh, thank you. Not strong enough to be sitting in this seat right now, you know? But I had over 20K gang stalking me, bullying me, coming against me. And I had to realize in that moment that when they was chasing me in them streets, I had to be something special. You see what I'm saying? For that many people to come for my head. You see what I'm saying? So you are something special. Even if you ain't got that many, if you just got one or two coming for your head, you that damn special. Okay? If you're being attacked right now, physically, mentally, or emotionally, know that you are that goddamn special. And that you deserve better. You deserve more. Some of y'all need to work on some positive affirmations. You know what I'm saying? And refilling your own, learn how to fill your own cups, because yes, we get a supply from the divine, but we also have to learn, study, and show ourselves approved to learn how to love ourselves and refill our cups on our own, and to set those boundaries to not pour into things that's going to keep taking from us. You know, even I had to learn that. Can't keep giving to situations that ain't given to you. You know, and it don't matter how much you love them. It don't matter how much you love them. When you sit in misery, when you sit in the mud, when you sit in the murk, you're sitting with death, is what I'm going to say to you. You know, but one thing that God gave to Lotus was the ability to thrive and grow in the muck. So you have to remember that you have that ability to still thrive and grow in the muck. But you have to be aware. You have to be conscious of your thoughts. You have to be conscious of your movements. You have to be conscious of what you're partaking in, what you're putting in your physical and spiritual body. You know? Change is never easy, but it's damn sure worth it. So if you're going through these changes, allow them. You know? I'm being challenged to trust more, you know? And it's not an easy task, especially when your trust has been broken so many times. You know? We all still have things to work on and grow on. And if you ain't got it in you to give yourself, you know, if you don't, it's funny, we have time to give everybody else, to give to the jobs, to give to our, even our children, to give to, you know, society. But when are we stopping to give some back to ourselves? And we wonder why the world is so shallow. We wonder why the world is so dark. We wonder why people are out here shooting and killing each other, robbing and stealing from each other, lying, manipulating, cheating, abusing, enabling. Because everybody that's operating out of those energies have not taken the time to look at themselves in the mirror and deal with the shit that they're projecting onto this planet. If every man, woman, I'm going to say man and woman, because once the man and woman gets it, then they automatically teach the children. So if every man and woman learn to look in that mirror and focus and ask yourself, deal with that number one person, your key player, you. If we all could learn to deal with ourselves, we wouldn't have room to be worrying about what Jilly and Bob doing, because Jilly and Bob doing the same thing you doing. Looking in the mirror, focusing on self, getting self together. Choosing to be a better person, a better individual, a better contributor to the society that we live in. But what are you going to do about it? I mean, we're going to keep saying, I'll deal with that later. We'll put it off. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, but tomorrow may not come for you. At what point is humanity going to choose life over death? So long we've chosen death. We've chosen hatred. We've chosen to rob, steal, and manipulate and kill. But when will we choose to love? When will we choose to have joy? When will we choose to have internal peace? If we all learn to grow our own, cultivate our own love, joy, and peace, we wouldn't have no room for hate. We wouldn't have room for all this fucking destruction. But it starts with self. And who gonna be the first one to stand up and say, I'm gonna deal with me. I'm gonna do myself some type of way, because I refuse to continue to live the way I've been living. Either you're going to do yourself, continue to do yourself fucked up, not paying attention to self, but giving self all its want, but not what the soul needs? Or are you going to start looking at self and giving self what it needs, that love, that reaffirming of self, that self-care, that quality of life that God's been trying to get us to see for how long now? And we wait on a Savior to come and give it to us when it's already here. You have to be that savior. You have to say, okay, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on making my life better. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on how I treat people and be kinder to people and be honest with people and myself. But we can stand 10 toes down in the bullshit. We can always stand 10 toes down with the fuck shit. The fuckery. Everybody got an ounce of fuckery around here. See somebody struggling and walk right on past them. See somebody starving and won't even go buy them a sandwich. See somebody broke down on the side of the road and just keep on rolling. I ain't got time today. I got to get to work. Some of you ain't going no damn well, but you wouldn't stop. Everybody talking about they want the world to change. Well, the only way this world is going to change if we all change ourselves and who the fuck we've been since we've been on this planet. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't got time for the okie doke and the bullshit. You know, I don't know. I have an inkling. Let me put that. I have an inkling of where I'm going. But that ain't always guaranteed. So, I want to do my best to make sure that if there is something beyond what we know as of today, that I'm going to be up there in the good seats and not in the motherfucking hot seats. Fuck them nosebleeds. I want to be right up there next to God, close to the action. And not out in the cold. Honey, I don't know about y'all. It is apparent, even though some people are still skeptics, that when this physical body dies, that our spirits live on. How else do they speak through me? How else do they come tell their stories? How else can you explain those things, those apparitions you see? A lot of you see shit, but you call it off because society has taught you not to be aware of it. Oh, you're crazy if you think something like that. Something is wrong with your mental health. No, something is wrong with the mental health as the way we are in the state we are now. Our mental health is fucked up already. Because we too busy worrying about the things that don't serve us. Your mental health is fucked up when you care less about your own soul and your own spirit. So when you want to talk about mental health, let's be real about it. Who the fuck really checking in with self? Who the fuck tapping in on the real out here? A lot of people don't like me and I don't give a fuck. A lot of people call me crazy and I don't give no fuck. Because at the end of the day, I know what be true and I know what be true between me and God. And I know for a fact that if I was wrong, God would have shut me down a long time ago. And sometimes I don't even like being right. That's the crazy part. Sometimes I don't like being right. Because then I got to sit back and watch something that I tried to warn somebody about take place. And all because they didn't take heed, they didn't listen, they fell into the okie doke. And then I got to sit back and watch it. And don't y'all know I cry? I cry. That man, their wife, and those kids, they didn't take heed. I cried. Every time I predict something and then I go online and then I see it, the very thing I fucking predict transpire. Even though they sugarcoat it with their fake news. I cry, I weep. Because I'm like, when will society stop the lying? We've been living in Hell's Kitchen too long for all these lies society has built us on. I don't even know if this is part of reading. I ain't even reading no cards. I'm just speaking from my heart how I feel about things. How people out here moving, hurting people. The shit I see online breaks my fucking heart. And we laugh and we ha-ha and we kiki about it. We cast our judgments. We act like we're so fucking numb. We can sit here and watch a woman get beat halfway to death in the street and ha-ha and kiki about it and choose a side. Neither party was right. And neither was the victor. Because at the end of the day, somebody had to heal from the wounds that that was caused in that beating. Somebody had to watch their mother or their sister or their daughter ache and cry out in shame and embarrassment. But don't nobody give a fuck about the aftermath of the fuck shit that you do. We just do any motherfucking thing. No morals, no values. Where did they go? Women out here putting all your pussies and shit in the fucking cameras and shit. Men out here with your damn dicks in your jogging pants. Bruhs, we know y'all hanging. Sus, we know you got a goddamn camel toe. But are you thinking about the children that scroll upon you? Cover your fucking sacred seats. Hell, even in African tribes cover well, I ain't gonna say all of them, some of them, but most of them cover their sacred seat. Regardless, they might have their titties hanging out, but them asses is covered. Some of y'all grew up in church looking like fucking strippers. Ain't got no respect, no dignity. What has your inner voice? And it came right back out. It came right. Oh my gosh. What have y'all's inner voice been asking you of you? Listen and act on it. Message of a rabbit. Service to the animal world. That's crazy because I was watching this guy, he raised rabbits. And right now, when I was watching that, my inner voice was telling me, you always wanted a rabbit since you was a little girl. I remember going, out there in Una Antioch, because a man used to sit out there and sell rabbits all the time. And every time my mama ride past there, I'm like, Mama, I want a rabbit. Mama, I want a rabbit. Every time. I never got that fucking rabbit. So my inner voice is telling me that when things get right for me, I'm going to get me a fucking rabbit. Because that's what my inner child wants. A fucking rabbit. You know? So what is your inner voice telling you? That's how simple my inner voice is guiding me. Evidently, I need that rabbit because it could be a how you say, a familiar, an animal spirit. You see what I'm saying? But we disconnected from that. I've always been drawn to rabbits since I was a little girl. I actually forgot about it. My mama told me no so much. I forgot my love of rabbits. I love fucking rabbits. Since I was a little girl, I thought they was the most cutest things in the world. There was nothing better than a rabbit in my world as a little girl. And I cried every time she would take me over to pet them, but she never would buy me one. And you know her excuse was? It's because rabbits stink. That was her excuse. I tried my dad a couple of times. Girl, I ain't spending no money on no damn rabbit. You know? So, when I grow up, I'm going to buy me a rabbit. You feel me? And I'm going to show it to y'all one day. But that's what my inner voice told me today. My inner voice told me to get a rabbit. And that's what I'm going to do. So what is your inner voice telling you? Are we listening to it? Do you know how to listen to it? Just like that, how I was scrolling and saw a man playing with a rabbit. It was a huge ass rabbit. But, you know, a man sitting there playing with a rabbit. And the first thing, a flashback came back, said, I remember asking my mama to buy me a rabbit. That was my inner voice calling to me. Something that my spirit needed. And evidently still needs, because I felt like that little girl again. I want a rabbit. You know? Like, really, that's what I thought. I want a rabbit. And it's funny, the Most High is bringing this back up. But that was my inner voice. Prime example. Well, how many times do we deny ourselves of the very things we want and I really need? I'm not going to say, I say I want the rabbit, but evidently my spirit needed the rabbit because I never gave up on it. My spirit needed it because I never gave up wanting that rabbit. Still to this day, when I saw that man playing with that rabbit, my heart longed to have a rabbit. You know? And I don't know the first thing about taking care of a fucking rabbit, but my spirit said it need a rabbit, so I'm going to ensure that my spirit gets a rabbit. You know? So, where are you not listening to your inner voices? How many times do you deny yourself? Sometimes you could be driving down the street and your inner voice say, you know, you should turn left. But you ignore it. You keep going. And then next thing, all hell breaks loose. But then you hope, well, man, I should have turned left back there. Well, had you listened to yourself, you would have made that left turn and avoided whatever you drove into. I'm just using it as a hypothesis. But what are you not listening to when it comes to your inner voice? For me, it was the fact that I'm grown now and I can get me a fucking rabbit. I've been programmed to believe that I could not have a rabbit. And I came to the realization today and cried some tears because now I realize I can get a fucking rabbit. That's simple. And that brought so much healing to my spirit. Just to acknowledge that I can get me a rabbit now. What is your inner voice telling you today? What is your inner voice telling you tomorrow? What is your inner voice telling you 5 minutes from now? You know, pay attention. Be aware. A lot of times we be in relationships and then you be with a person and you look at this person and you love them, but then you look at them like, man, I am not happy here. I don't know why I'm with you. I need to leave you alone. And then later on, you stay. Then later on, that same thought creep back up. What do you think that is? That is your fucking inner voice telling you the very thing that you thought the first time was accurate. So now, you done heard it twice. Pay attention. Take heed. Take action. I'm so sharp with my inner voice. I don't need no second nudges from my inner voice. Unless something that's distracting me and I may have missed it. You know what I'm saying? But my inner voice, when it say, I move, I act. And that's how I've managed to outdo my goddamn seducers, my oppressors, the motherfuckers that wanted to keep me down. Because I listened to my inner voice. When I was on the streets and couldn't turn my GPS on, I listened to my inner guidance. My compass got me through. When my inner voice told me to stop, hide here, I stopped and I hid. And I watched every motherfucker that was chasing me, riding in circles looking for me. And I'm hidden in plain sight. Hid in plain sight. Watched them all. That's how I was able to get their tag numbers and shit. That's how I learned that my baby daddy was part of it. Watched him too, riding through. You know? Because I listened to my inner voice. So what is your inner voice asking you? It's time to listen to it. And it's time to start acting on it. Some of y'all out here in these streets, you get into arguments. Your inner voice tell you, man, just leave that shit alone and walk off. But now you got to prove something. To who though? Who you proving it to? Because at the end of the day, the motherfuckers that's gathered around to watch you fight is just to be entertained. So who you proving it to? Because when your ass go to jail, how many of them motherfuckers chipping in to get you out? Think about it. When you decide to go out with your girlfriends and go steal on a shopping spree, a stealing spree, you know, your inner voice in there telling you, and I shouldn't hang out with them. I don't need to go. But damn, I need this. Confirmation, excuse me. So then that's when you need to stop yourself and ask yourself, I may need that, but can I wait? Because if you can wait, then don't go with them people. Even if you can't wait, is there another way of going about getting it where I don't get myself in trouble? Can I ask somebody to get it for me? Can I swallow my pride long enough to make a phone call to an aunt or a brother or a sister or a mother or a father and say, hey, I need this. Can you help me with that? And then be a woman or a man about your word. If you're choosing to borrow something, pay it back. Who are you choosing to be? Are you listening to yourselves? It takes practice. Now, everything I'm saying, I wasn't perfect doing this. It took practice. I had to practice listening to my inner voice. And that was one of the most scariest things to do. To trust my goddamn self. When I could trust people outside myself, but I couldn't trust me. And I thought that was wrong. And then when I did all my research and worked on myself, I learned that society teach you not to trust yourself. Look at the shit they put on TV. That's why I don't watch it. If I had my way, I wouldn't have one in my home. But, somebody saw fit, thought they could run my house, so they put one in my house. I must have a prize trying to please everyone. Exactly. Who you proving? Who you got to prove something to? Why are you trying to please the next person next to you? Is they pleasing you? Well, hell no. So why are you worrying about trying to please the motherfucker next to you when you ain't even learned to please yourself? What's that statement? You got to crawl before you walk. Well, it's time to start crawling with yourself. Because you've been walking and forgetting your key player the whole time. The search. Feeling lost. What I just say? Confused and lonely. All this time y'all running around out here in these streets, out here in this world, feeling lost, confused, and lonely, looking for something that's already within you that you ain't gonna find out here in the streets. You ain't gonna find in the next person next to you. Okay? It's in you. And the only way you're going to find it is you got to dig through all the shit you compacted and work on you. Purification water. Emotional. What I just say. You got to go through and work on the shit that you compacted. All the baggage you've been carrying. Bag ladies and bag misters. Y'all going to miss y'all bus. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. Y'all think she was talking about some literal bags? Purification water. Emotional cleansing. Rejuvenation. It's time to clean out the mud, y'all. Not the person next to you mud. Y'all want to have these interventions, save my life interventions. When y'all gonna save your own damn life? When you gonna have an intervention with self? Self what? We've been fucked up lately. Yeah, you're right. We have, haven't we? Mm-hmm. So what we gonna do about it? Well, why you acting a fool, self? Well, when I was a kid, I was showed this and I watched this and I was allowed to do this and I wasn't allowed to do this and I got my ass whooped for this and the Billy did this and Tommy did that and Hannah did this and Jill did that but self, who did we fail to mention? Well, I'll be damned. We didn't mention ourselves, did we? Well, no, we didn't. We missed the biggest piece of the fucking puzzle. Self. Perception. Beyond the veil of illusions. Yeah. You got to start looking at change your perspective. Looking outwardly when you need to look in. Looking outwardly when you need to look in. A lot of what y'all don't understand is God will allow people to come in and treat you like shit till you learn to look at yourself. He'll let people come in and walk on you, stomp you, and treat you like a doormat. He's like, are you ready to look at self now? Well, no. Okay, well, here come the next round. Are you ready to look at self now? I'm getting tired. I think I am. Okay. Well, what you gonna do next? I'm gonna watch you. Let me see how you gonna work this out. Are you gonna figure it out? Because I ain't gonna do all the work for you. Your teachers ain't doing all the work for you, so neither is God. He's gonna give you opportunity to study and show thyself approved. The hell you think he mean? He ain't talking about learning scripture. He talking about study and show thyself approved. Show thyself approved. Oh, you know the book? Oh, that's good. Do you know yourself? Well, no. All right, then. Seems like you still got some more work to do. You know? That type shit. Remembrance. Right. It's time to remember who? Self. Drag your ass up out the mud and get to looking at self. Resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. That's why he lets them drag you through the mud. Look at this picture. The Most High will let somebody come drag your ass through the mud. And of course, the number one stutter over there on that button trying to end my life. Just the number one stunner. What? Pushing that damn button. Nobody getting hurt. But y'all let somebody sit up, man. All the shit I done seen on YouTube. Quit playing with me. Anyway. Peace. Dissolving unwanted or disturbed thoughts. Yeah, I'm disrupting somebody's comfortable peace of false identity of self. That's why they trying to end my life. I'm stepping on them toes. Well, ain't my fault. Did I do that? Yeah. Oh, it ain't my fault. You know, it is what it is, folks. You know, you ain't gotta like me. You ain't gotta listen to me, but you ain't finna cut that feed because you feeling some type of way. And I know it's the same motherfucker. It's always is. It's always is. It always is. Forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. Again, it's time for y'all to forget who you've been all this time. It's called cognitive dissonance, where you've believed something for so long that false narratives, false beliefs, false teachings, false preachings, okay? And it's time to forget who you used to be. It's time to, when a computer catches a virus, what do they normally do? Or if it starts to lag and all this stuff, just like with my live, I had to restart the stream until it would let me back in, right? So for y'all, it looked like it's just a glitch or buffering. Over here, I'm over here pushing buttons like let me back in. Okay? But when you learn to work on self, you have to undo, like unbutton your shirt. You know what I'm saying? Your shirt dirty, you gotta unbutton it to take it off, or you gotta be able to pull it over your head to get it off, right? So these controlled lack mind state caps that they put in your brains, okay, these chips that they done put in your brains about programming you with this negative shit out here in this world, you got to unlearn that shit. That's how you start over. You got to start anew, a new beginning, a new programming, a new way of being. You know, your old systems are crashing, which is why you're going through these emotional upheavals. Some of y'all are seeing some things that you ain't never seen before, experienced some things. And you know what it took me? What caused me to start to awaken? I started seeing when the crooked ass cops was going around here killing folk, black people. It woke me the fuck up, because I'm like, no, that man was innocent. Why? That man was innocent. Why? That man was innocent. Why? That kid was innocent. Why? Why? And then why did they walk free? That got me questioning things. It was the death of Austin Sterling that woke me the fuck up. When they held that big old black man on that concrete for selling CDs outside of a store, all because a white woman lied and said he was out there with a gun. But he had permission to be where he was at. That's what woke me the fuck up to the bullshit, y'all. The slave mind mentalities they programmed in us to keep and hold. Unlearn that shit. Nobody said you couldn't hit the reset button. You gotta choose to, though. You gotta want to change. You gotta want to be better. You don't have to be what society has perpetuated through rap music, through our culture, as a black man to be, or a black woman to be. Hell, even for y'all white folks, even for every people. We've all been indoctrinated some type of way. But when you learn to love thyself and study thyself approved, you learn a whole new way of being. You know, everybody talking about they want world peace, but nobody got a solution on how to get it. It starts with yourself. Find inner peace. When you find peace, the next person find peace. The next person find peace. It's like a butterfly effect. Everybody got some peace now. Ain't nobody got no problems. But do you want some? Because if you're looking outside yourself for it, you're mistaken. What else? Okay. This came in reverse. Thinking of you, a loving thought, serendipity. Some of y'all think very low of yourselves. We're thinking of you in reverse. And some of y'all don't even think of yourselves. You put yourself last. For what? Who told you? Well, we know who told you. That is wrong to think of self. That's a slave mind mentality. Because the slave wasn't allowed to think of themselves. They only could think about massa and what massa want. Well, massa dead. He likes to think he's still alive. He just dead. The only reason why he has power and still lives is because you choose not. And when you choose not, you have not. Learn that massa is dead. Somebody is sick. Somebody is nauseated as fuck. Saltines and crackers, well, saltine crackers and Sprite first thing in the morning. You're having morning sickness. Get you some saltine crackers and eat them first thing in the morning or right before you go to bed. And if it's real bad, do it with each meal. Something about the sodium and something about that carbonated water in that Sprite does wonders. Don't ask me. I don't know how, but it always worked in my pregnancies. Evolution. Earth changes. Climate changes. Transformation. God's shaking some shit up. It's evolution, you know. Either you going to grow or you going to fall off. It's one of the two. You know. You're going to change and transform, you know. And you look at it this way. When the body is sick, or has a virus, it sends out all this we'll call them warriors. Sends out all its warriors to fight that plague or the sickness that's in the body, which causes you to sneeze and cough and sometimes vomit. You know, but the body already knows what to do. You see, that's why I say you have to be mindful of what you're putting in the body, because the body already knows how to heal itself. You just got to remember to allow it to do so. You know, certain foods we eat can help aid that cause to give it the nutrients and all the antibodies and all that it needs to do that, hemoglobins or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you're not aware that the body is self-healing, then you think that you have to depend on big pharma. You think you have to depend on these over-counter drugs. But when you train the body to remember itself, the body will heal. They say we only use 10% of our minds. I wonder why. Because they tell us it's impossible to use it all. Bullshit lie. If you train the body will heal. You know? They don't want you to know about your pineal glands, which is where your third eye is centered. Which is why I can see into people's worlds and they be wondering, how the hell she see that? Because my third eye is open. It has no eyelids. I actually saw my third eye and it kind of spooked the fuck out of me. I was like, what the fuck? That was my third eye. It was literally an eye in the center of my brain. I could see it. Fucked me up. But, you know, of course, according to society, if I say these things too loudly, I'm crazy. But everybody that know what I know damn well I ain't crazy. You know, people that has learned to study thyself and show themselves approved know exactly that I'm talking that motherfucking real talk. Only closed-minded sleep motherfuckers that don't want to wake up and see the reality that they're living in is not truly the reality, you know, will believe that I'm crazy. You know, why do you think they killed Malcolm? Why do you think they killed Martin? You know? Hell, why do you think they killed Kennedy? Because he was the first woke white man that was actually trying to help make some changes. That wanted to eradicate hate. To disrupt their system. You know? This is the miseducation of a black woman who had to learn and teach herself. You can do it too. You just got to believe that you can. Rise above, clarity, freedom, and solution. Right, there's a solution to the problem. You just got to believe that you can find that solution because it's in you. Start meditating. Start changing your diets. Life is in the food that you eat. Learn how to grow your own food. They say it's illegal for us to grow our food, but they can't lock everybody up, can they? They got to build some more jails if that's the case. At some point, we got to start standing up for ourselves and stop being puppeteered around like some fucking drones around here. Stop being afraid to love yourself, to take care of your physical body, your vessel that God gave you to carry that great spirit that's within you. The dream. Something is revealed. What? Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. But I tell y'all, I saw my fucking eye. It scared the shit out of me. Man, it says the dream. Something is revealed. Insight. Breakthrough. I tapped into my third eye like completely. It has no eyelid. I saw it. I saw my third eye and it was beautiful, but scary at the same time because I was like, what the fuck is that? You know? Yeah. In my you know, I'm tapping others. I really tapped into myself. And when I tapped in and saw my eye, I was like, what in the world? I kept asking Spirit, what is that? And they kept saying, that's you. That's you. You know, a lot of motherfuckers try to poke my eye out, but they can't. And at that time, it was a lot of motherfuckers looking in my eye trying to figure out what I know, how I know. That's how I saw their faces, is how I knew how they was moving. Trying to block it. Trying to get downloads out of my own third eye. Really? Really? You know. What else, Spirit? Thank you. It's always tea time. Eternity, endless moments, and repetition. It's always time to work on yourself. You know, but like I say, you have to do it. You have to do the work. You know, you have to make the change. You have to make the decisions and choices. I could tell you, you know, that's what's so bad about us black people. They got us programmed thinking we got to have a leader to get us out this shit. No, you lead your goddamn selves by being better than who the fuck you was. Or who you been choosing to be. Open up them hearts. Left foot forwards. Lead with your heart first and your mind last. Why? Because the mind can be tricked. But that heart, when you open that heart and that heart is pure, can't nobody stop it. People try to say I'm cold and I'm heartless. That's a fucking lie. Because if I was cold and heartless, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be right here where I'm at. I wouldn't be right here talking to you. My heart is on fucking fire. It's so fucking wide open. I need some more cups to hold all these juices generate. That's why I'm out here dropping these gems on you. Because if my heart was cold, I wouldn't give a fuck about educating or teaching you. I'd be worrying about how to fill my fucking pockets first. Instead of giving you some love first. What else, Spirit? There it is again. Look, it came back out. Greedy motherfuckers. Never jammed today. Yeah, I would not be up here if I was a greedy motherfucker. This is my greedy motherfucker card. Yeah, promises that never come to be. Empty words, not living in the now. If I was a greedy motherfucker, I wouldn't be keeping my promise, coming back here, doing what the Most High God asked me to do, telling y'all what God tells me to do. I wouldn't be standing in the truth. I wouldn't be speaking this truth right now. The very truth they try to keep from you. You know, we still worrying about the history of the past, but what about our history now? What about our history now? So, you know, February's coming up. Fuck Black History Month. I'm black every goddamn month. Because you gave me a month? You ain't give me shit. I'm taking it. Ocean of love, healing, creativity, fertility. I'm taking it. Because I choose to know myself. I choose to love myself, and I choose to put myself first. Fuck your privileges and fuck your fucked up perspectives and viewpoints of your white pale ass skins. No offense to those of you that don't carry hate in your heart. If you carry hate in your heart, then that's gonna step on your toe, and I'm glad. If you ain't got no hate in your heart, then you gonna holler right on, sister. You can't go back to yesterday. Exactly. Why we still worrying about some fucking Black History Month when you're still black? Why we still worrying about what happened in slavery? Yes, that shit happened. They ain't gonna never tell the truth about it. But that don't mean you can't learn it for yourself and learn to be better. Learn the way of your ancestors. But you ain't got to keep living in it. Be in the present. How can we leave a legacy for the children to come? Because right now, we look like some fucking chumps. If we was running a fucking a goddamn relay race, we losing. Because we don't know how to goddamn love ourselves and come the fuck together as one within self. Some Juneteenth. Y'all look stupid. Check in with your body and release the tensions you are carrying. Hello? Let that shit go, y'all. We have the opportunity now to create who the fuck we gonna be. What they gonna say about us then when we're dead and gone. Are we gonna be known as big bird or wearing lashes ass bitches with BBLs and bad attitudes? Or fucking beautiful, gorgeous ass Nubian queens out here? Are y'all men gonna be running around here be known as the goddamn dogs? The deadbeat dads? Is that what your legacy gonna be? Y'all ain't thinking about that shit. Who you gonna be now? Because when we're dead and gone, those children are gonna be reading our history. So what are we leaving for them? How to go shoot up the block? How to go sell some dope? How to go rape our children? Goddess of creation, transformation, creativity, and wholeness. You got to, goddamn it, become whole within yourself. It's time for us to start learning to create from the inside out. That's what they really scared of. When we all learn who the fuck we are and learn our black magic that resides in your physical fucking being. Right. They ain't trying to hear that nonsense. Nonsense. They don't want you to hear it. It's time to talk sense. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They sure don't. They don't want to hear that. What I just spoke, they don't want to hear it. And they'll deny it to the fullest till they'll take that shit to their grave. That the power was always in us. They gonna take that shit to their grave. They've been trying to keep us asleep so they can learn how to inherit the power that God put in our black ass bodies that absorb this sun that keeps us goddamn it going. Why you think they playing with the clouds? Creating goddamn tech to goddamn it cause weather to be fucked up so we can't get the sun. Cause they can't use the sun like we do. Apprehension. Look, what I say. What is this card? Full of fucking light. What is it? Burning. Do you see that? They're burning due to the sun. That's full of light. They need darkness to thrive. That's why they don't want us to know that shit. That's nonsense. Us queens cannot tell them. Their queens will hate for us to figure out what our black skins is really about. Because they know what theirs is. And like I say, if you can't handle the truth, get the fuck out the kitchen, white folks. I'm talking to my people. Why you think they hate us so much, y'all? It's white people out there that know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. And that love us because they know the truth. And I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about them ones that say it's nonsense. And that they will refuse to tell us the truth. They will refuse to give us our history back. They will refuse to give her our land back. They will refuse to give her our power back that they've been stealing all this time. Motherfuckers still talking about slavery should have been over a long time ago. Yeah, it is. When you gonna wake up, nigga? When you gonna choose to work on yourself, my nigga? When you gonna stand on your square, my nigga? When you gonna put that goddamn gun down and stop shooting your motherfucking reflection, my nigga? When you gonna stop hating on your brother or your sister, my nigga? When you gonna stop looking at each other as a threat? When you gonna stop condemning yourselves by getting high on mollies, lean, fentanyl, cocaine, crack, heroin? Rise the fuck up and let that shit go. They flooded the streets with that shit on purpose. And y'all the dumbest to keep letting them flood you with it. Reagan knew what the fuck he was doing. Why y'all still too blind to see it? Let's have us a party, good time, live in the fucking matrix. Why they take our power away? And have you sit up and think you're meaningless. That you're nothing. That you don't belong. When this is your home, they the aliens. Intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. Your heart's been telling you the truth all the goddamn time. Open them motherfuckers up. That's how God communicates. That's how your ancestors come through. If your heart is closed, you are lost in the sauce. Open up. Stop all this shallow living. We love deep. We love hard, and we take care of each other. That is our natural way. We were a kind people, a just people. And we didn't settle our problems always with chaos. Sometimes we sat down and talked that shit out like some fucking chiefs. And if we couldn't come to a solution, then we battle. Zen garden, inner sanctuary. Take it to the tree first. The baobab tree. Here we got the oak trees. The pine trees. Find you one. Take your concerns to them trees and let God work it out. And if it don't work out that way, then he will send you a sign. Okay, well, the only way this shit gonna be worked out, y'all gonna have to knock it out. Put them goddamn guns down. That's the white man's weapon of destruction. Did you not notice how they was buying you? How they was enslaving you? Tricking your brother with a fucking mirror and a gun? Use them guns to protect your people. Not shoot your own. It's gonna come a day, and I ain't been wanting to tell y'all this. It's gonna come a day where they gonna get their race war. While y'all out here partying up in these clubs, in these traps. When you need to be affirming your minds, your body, your spirits, and your hearts. I'm not wasting my time and my breath on y'all because I love y'all. Even though y'all didn't love me. I didn't need your love. I had enough for myself. But I love you. And you do matter. And you do belong. And this is your fucking home. And wake the fuck up.